Are you struggling to keep track of your finances? Learn how to create a budget that actually works for you and take control of your money today. In this video, we're going to delve deep into creating a budget that actually works for you and helps you keep track of whatever comes in and how it goes out. So this video will break down into detail all the nitty-gritties of what you need to know. So let's go right into the video. Budgeting actually is a way of just knowing that I earn 1,000 Ghana cedis a month or $1,000 a month, and I spend 380 cedis or $380 a month. That is what a budget does. So what I seek to achieve here today is to help you draft your own budget, because there are so many ideas out there and so many ways of drawing budgets that actually will not work for you because of your location, because of your needs, because of your wants. So what I seek to do in this video is just to help you draw that out easily and make it much more convenient for you in doing that. The first thing we need to do here, and I'll love if you have a pen and paper by your side, is to determine your income. First of all, you need to know where your money comes from and put that down on paper. So let's say you do a freelance job, you are a nurse, you are a doctor, you are a carpenter. You need to put that down on paper and know that you earn this amount of money monthly. So let's say you are a carpenter, you make $300 a month. Put that down on paper as your income, and if there are other sources of income, put all those things together on a sheet of paper. The second thing we want to do here is to list our expenses. So you draw a table with two columns, and the first one is going to be your income. The second one here you're going to do is going to be your expenses. So when it comes to expenses, you're going to list down every single thing that you do in the month, from your rent to your utilities to transportation, as well as other expenses that you make in the month. For example, your groceries, hospital bills, insurances. You need to put all those things together. And people tend to forget things like going out with friends, charity, giving money to people that are in need. So you need to put all those down under your expenses for the month. Now, the third thing we need to do here is to categorize our spending. This is a very important part that you need to do. So under the list of expenses that you've actually drawn there, you need to categorize those expenses into two categories. The first category here is going to be your needs, and the second category is going to be your wants. You need to be able to know that these are your needs and these are your wants. So for example, let me give a simple example here. Going out with my friends is actually going to be a want. It's not going to be a need. I'll go into detail in talking about your rich life and the life people actually want as opposed to what is out there. But for now, your needs are going to be different from your wants. So for example, going out with friends is going to be my want. And something like rent is going to be your need. Something like your children's school fees is going to be a need. So you need to be able to put that down into your expenses and categorize them properly so that you can identify where you can cut back. Mostly those cutbacks will come from your wants, so that you know where you're able to cut back from and then where you need to prioritize. Then the next thing we need to do here is to set financial goals. So what are we creating this budget for? What is the goal for this budget? What is the goal for investing? Like I spoke about in my previous video, you can check it up there. So you need to be able to set your financial goals very clearly. So for example, your financial goals might be different from mine. Someone's financial goals will probably be saving for a vacation. Another person's financial goal will be paying off student loans. Someone's financial goal will be building a house for their mom. You need to be able to set your financial goals and set it clearly. So currently, my financial goal is to be able to set up an emergency fund. That is going to be different from yours. So we need to have that financial goal set and drawn out clearly, and it's going to help us to be able to stick with our budget. It's going to make it easier for us to know exactly how much we are going to be saving and how much you're going to put aside, how much you are cutting back. Now, the next thing we need to make sure we do, which is the reason you are here in this video, is creating the budget. So in creating the budget, you need to use the information that we've drawn from the previous steps, which includes knowing your income, knowing your expenses, categorizing your needs and your wants, setting a clear financial goal. All that brings us down to this point where we are going to create the budget. So in creating the budget, you need to allocate money for each of those categories that we listed in the beginning. So in allocating the funds, you have your income. Let's say you have your income from your main job, your side gigs, your investments, and it totals to, let's say, $10,000. Now, what you're going to do here is to allocate that $10,000 first to your needs and then to your wants. So when it comes to needs, your saving and investment will be included in your needs. Your rent, your groceries, your transportation, your children's school fees. Allocate that amount of money there and do not exceed your income. This is what you're going to do because we want to learn how to stay within our means. So do not exceed your income. The next thing we want to do here is to track our spending. Creating the budget is going to be pointless and useless if after creating it, you don't track your spending and you don't go by the budget. So what you're going to do here is to be intentionally conscious of our budget and following it diligently. So in tracking your budget, you're going to ensure that you are going strictly by everything that is on the budget. I'll talk about being strict on the budget very soon. However, you need to be able to use certain tools and certain apps that will make it easier for you to go by your budget. For me, I just use my notes app on my phone and it's listed there the things that I need to do and I just go by it. However, if you feel like you need something more complicated and something more robust, you can go and download a budgeting app from the App Store or the Google Play Store, and you can also use Excel spreadsheets and then list all those things that you need there. Now, the next thing we need to do is to be able to adjust and review our budget monthly or regularly. I keep saying this all the time. Don't draw a budget and leave it to be sitting there. What you want to do is to be able to adjust and review regularly so that you can be able to tweak certain places. Probably you've been able to reach one of your financial goals, you need to take it out and then put something in there. So let's say you are saving for a new phone. You've been able to buy the phone and it's taken out, so now there's an allocation of money that will still be there. You want to reallocate that money somewhere else. So that is what we mean by adjusting and reviewing your budgets very regularly. Now, I want to talk about certain mistakes that I did when I was starting my budget and following a budget. And I don't want you to make these mistakes because it's going to cost you and it's going to make it difficult to follow a budget. The first thing and the first mistake on my list is forgetting to include all expenses. Sometimes we are humans and we tend to forget certain things that we do with our money. We tend to forget certain things that are needed. And so when we do our budget and we list our expenses, after some time, you tend to realize that I didn't include this in the budget. I didn't include this in the budget. And then you end up going overboard or spending much more money. That is for me. What happened was I realized I ended up taking money from people to survive the month because I forgot to add certain expenses which needed to be done. Now, the next mistake you need to make sure you avoid here is being too strict on your budget, being too strict on yourself. You are human. It is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to miss a day. It is okay to miss something. Just take your time. Don't be too strict on yourself, because if you are too strict on yourself, you end up not going by the budget. So give yourself some grace and then show yourself some mercy when you probably impulse buy on something. You see something that isn't part of your budget and you decide to buy. After all, you're working for that reason. So just don't be too strict on yourself. And the last but not the least on my list is not reviewing your budget regularly. Like I mentioned in the seventh step, you need to be able to review your budget monthly or regularly to make sure that you are not missing something, or to make sure that your money is not going somewhere where it doesn't deserve. So if you like this video, kindly subscribe, like, and then leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll see you in the next one.